Hey everyone, I want to take this opportunity to answer a couple of questions about how the week is organized. So, week one was a little bit different because we had some different activities to do, and your job was actually to just get used to Moodle, get used to Discord, find out where everything is, find out where the resources are, and all of the assignments wrapped around those couple of activities. So, the week was set up differently. But I want to show you week two because it's set up in a more typical format. And every week will more or less have the same structure in Moodle. So let me scroll down. So if you scroll down now, you should see a week two, trolley problem and crowdsourcing. And you'll notice when I hover, it's saying 0 out of 9 progress. You can see that there. We'll come back to that in a second. So let me click on week two. When you open up the week two module, there's going to be a little heading at the top, kind of says, here's what we're doing. This is what it's about. You're going to see the week two, what are we doing this week video, which is this video. And you'll see a week two checklist, which is a linear layout of all the activities for a week so that you can keep track. And those are mostly the checklist is just for you. You can also check off activities. And again, that's 100% just for you. I don't even see that. If you've looked at it, read it, completed it. But what you'll notice now is now my progress is 2 out of 9. So that's just for you, 100%, so you can keep track. So our week will be divided into 4 sections. There'll be this getting started section or start here section with the video with the checklist. Sometimes there'll be something else there, but usually just those 2 things. The next thing is think. So we have think, learn, and do, these 3 sections, all right? And it's organized in this way on purpose because I want to give you some resources, and there's tons of resources on all of these topics. I want to give you some resources that prime the pump, so to speak, that gets you thinking about, well, what is the issue or what are we talking about? What is it? And so this particular week, we're going to dive into what is ethics. It's at the beginning of the class. We should probably know what that is. And then this trolley problem. And I'm not going to say too much about that because there's a couple of videos there and an article that will tell you all about it. But it's something I want you to think about. Down in the learn section, this also includes things that have to do with the ethical issues, but it might also have to do with how does the technology work or how do you put something together. And so this week, we've got a link to some playlists that have to do with all kinds of technology. It's off the TED Talk site. You get to choose. I like to let people choose. There's hundreds of videos you could pick from, and it's organized into different topics or playlists. So you might pick a playlist that looks interesting and then scan a couple of the videos. And on this particular activity, your goal is to look at, I would try 3 or 4 videos at least, okay, to get a good idea of what some of the issues are. Down in the do section, this is the stuff you turn in one way or another. And it's so super important to pay attention. How do I submit it? And sometimes there'll be 2 things, sometimes there'll be 1 thing. Once in a while, I combine the think, learn, and do all into one project activity, like one slideshow that you go through and you sort of choose your own adventure. But in general, those are 3 things I want you: think, learn, and do. All right. Let me go back up to the top and then I'll put some sort of announcement here. But most of the details will be over in Discord. So, speaking of Discord, oh, one more thing. If you can't remember where to go to make an appointment with me, online office hours schedule. That should take you to the right place. So, let's jump over to Discord really quick, just so I can show you a couple of things here. So, in general, if you did all of the tasks from last week, onboarding into Discord and the getting set up in Discord tasks, you probably already know this. Because when you first open up Discord, it can be a very busy place. There's a member list on one side, people are popping in and out. There's channels over here. You can see a lot of things, but you notice I have pretty much everything closed off. Now, I'm on a lot of servers, so I've got that all on the side here. The member list is closed. The thing I want to show you is, so for everyone, that's where you posted the off-topic stuff. In our class, we're going to talk about the wiki project in about 2 weeks. You might be curious about that, and you should be because it's a really cool project, but we'll get there in about 2 weeks. This last section is your class category, and whatever your class is in the category, it usually has an announcement category or announcement channel, an introduction channel, and you'll have a discussion team channel. And the crowdsourcing discussion talks about the discussion teams. There's 4 of them, but you're only going to see one. You might notice you have a new role that's been added. If you click on your name on the member list, you'll see the roles that you're added to. So you're added one for the class, you'll be added to a discussion team. As we do some other projects, you might get added to other roles. This way you're not seeing all the things. If I took this off and you saw what I see, and maybe just for fun, I'll add that. I see lots and lots of stuff, and each of these categories opens up into 100 more categories. I see a lot of stuff. You guys don't need to see all that. You just need to see your stuff. So when it says go to a discussion, this is what you'll see. You'll see whatever your team name is. This particular week, we're talking about crowdsourcing. So I usually put some sort of banner, and then I usually put, hey, reply here or reply below this, just to keep it organized. If I can tell you one thing, it'll be use threads to reply. It will make our discussions so much easier to read. And so it'll be nice because there'll be a post and all the responses to the post will be on the thread. The other thing I'll say is write up your post first. And if it's too long, just cut off whatever is too long at the end. Submit it, and then add a thread to continue. Don't start with a thread. When you start with a thread, it doesn't say anything really. It just says, hey, there's a thread. And so you got to click in to read it. And I don't know, it's just not as easy. So write what you're going to write, get as much as you can, edit a little bit if you need to. We're not going for books here. We're going for being complete but succinct, right? We want your opinions, we want your ideas, we want you to support what you say, but we don't want you to just go on and on and on. So that's what you can expect in Moodle. You'll see that rhythm just about every week. You'll have a new module open up. You'll have a think, learn, do thing, start here, think, learn, do. You might have to jump over to Discord. Actually, I keep Discord open all the time because this is where we talk. This is where I send you messages. This is where you submit discussions. This is where you talk with your team. Lots of stuff happens in Discord. So I hope that is clear. If not, send me a question.